Welcome to this first in a series which will give detailed listening notes which you can use to diagnose how your hi-fi system is performing. You can use it with my AI videos to isolate check things like speaker placement and bass performance, and use with my artificial intelligence videos to check things like speaker position, bass performance, subwoofer volume, and placement and cancellation nulls, all in a very natural and fun way. This video is all about how to really listen. You know, it's not about what gear to buy or what's trendy, and definitely not about getting into debates in the comments. Except, I would love to hear what are your favorite test tracks. We're taking one piece of music at a time and asking a very unfashionable question. What does this recording actually reveal, if you let it? If you find this video interesting and want to get even more pleasure from music played on your system, consider liking, subscribing, and turning notifications on. Today's track is Take 5. The immortal track from Dave Brubeck. If you already know it, good. If you're slightly tired of it, even better. Familiarity is useful because it removes novelty from the equation. You're not listening to be impressed, you're listening to understand. As before, I recommend pausing this video and listening to the track as we go. Nothing here works properly if you don't. So why Take 5? It's often treated as a novelty, a jazz tune in 5/4 that somehow escaped into the mainstream. But structurally, it's a remarkably honest recording. There's no studio spectacle, no exaggerated stereo, no dramatic mastering tricks. What you hear is essentially what was played. That makes it extremely useful. This track doesn't flatter systems. It exposes them quietly. The structural anchor here is the time signature. 5/4, on paper, that sounds awkward. In practice, it should feel completely relaxed. If your system is handling timing well, the rhythm feels inevitable, almost lazy. If it isn't, the music feels tense, slightly anxious, or oddly mechanical. This is important. If Take 5 sounds stressful, the problem is not the time signature. It's your system struggling to keep time. Let's start with the saxophone. Paul Desmond's alto is light, airy, and deliberately unforced. It should never sound aggressive. Listen for the reed texture, not brightness, not edge, but a fine grain of tone. If the sax sounds thin, your mid-range is probably recessed. If it sounds nasal, you've likely got an upper mid emphasis. If it sounds overly smooth, harmonic information is being lost somewhere. When it's right, the sax feels present but not pushy. A voice in a room, not a spotlight. Now the piano. Dave Brubeck's piano is rhythmically supportive rather than dominant here. It should sound woody, percussive, and slightly set back in the image. If the piano feels sharp and glassy, transients are being overemphasized. If it feels thick and indistinct, resolution is being traded for comfort. This is a good moment to notice something subtle. The piano should feel connected to the rhythm section, not layered on top of it. If the band sounds like it's been assembled from parts, something is off. Now, the drums. Joe Morello's playing on this track is a masterclass in control. Listen to the brushes. They should have texture, not hiss, not noise, but a sense of physical movement across the drum skin. During the solo, dynamics should scale smoothly. No jumps, no sudden loudness. If the solo feels impressive but slightly shouty, microdynamics are being compressed or exaggerated. This is where systems that confuse detail with emphasis tend to reveal themselves. The bass is doing quiet but essential work. You're listening for pitch definition, not depth. Each note should start, exist, and stop cleanly. If the bass feels slow, the groove collapses. If it feels thick, timing suffers. If it feels detached, integration is off. When it's right, the bass makes the odd time signature feel natural, which is its real job. Now step back and listen to the image as a whole. This is not a wide recording, and that's deliberate. Each instrument occupies a stable position. Nothing should wander. If the image feels unstable or exaggerated, that's not realism, it's interpretation. One of the mistakes people make is assuming that width equals quality. It doesn't. Stability matters more. So what does Take 5 tell you about a system? If it swings effortlessly, timing and phase are in good order. If it feels stiff, something is fighting the rhythm. If the sax sounds human and present, your mid-range is honest. If not, you've got work to do. If the drums feel alive without being loud, microdynamics are intact. If they don't, something is flattening the performance. And if the whole thing sounds relaxed, coherent, and slightly understated, congratulations. That's exactly how it's meant to sound. Take 5 doesn't shout, it doesn't dazzle, it doesn't beg for attention. It simply sits there, doing its job, quietly revealing what's in front of it. Which is why it's such a useful track. And why we'll return to pieces like this again. I suggest you follow my videos, which tell you in detail how you can tune your audiophile system using artificial intelligence. It will speed up your improvement curve and save you from wasting money on equipment with poor returns. I found out the precise speaker placement measurements in my first try, and it transformed my listening experience. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe, like, and click the notification bell.